Anyone can make a children's movie that makes money. All you need is bright colors, adorable dancing characters, and fart jokes. What's difficult is making a kids movie that is also loved by adults. One that stands the test of time as something you can show anyone and expect them to like it. A film like The Iron Giant. Unfortunately, more often than not, we receive the former. Why does a grown man care if any good movies targeted at children are made? It's simple. Kids' brains are like sponges. Dumb, idiot sponges. And what they absorb greatly affects their taste and understanding of what is good content, which will affect the quality of their craft if they grow up to work in creative spaces. In 50 years, when I'm in a nursing home, after I'm tired of playing the newly released GTA 7, I want to crawl into my VR pod and watch good new movies and TV shows. So let's dissect what makes The Iron Giant a timeless classic. Number 1, a great villain. He may look like Conan, but Kent Mansley lacks all the charm and wit that makes O'Brien America's sweetheart. Kent isn't pure evil like you see in a lot of animated movies. In some ways, he's worse. He is an overly ambitious, hyper-paranoid bureaucrat, a person you can come across in real life. He also sits like a girl. That doesn't make him evil or anything, I just felt I had to mention it. Kent is a perfect caricature of the fear America had during the Cold War. Fear makes us do dumb things, such as the Bay of Pigs, or ordering a nuke launched at your current location. If you meet a Kent Mansley, the best thing you can do is give him some laxatives and run the other way. Number 2, good voice actors. Most new animated movies are filled with big celebrities who don't make any effort with their voice acting and are just there for an easy paycheck. I'm looking at you, Seth Rogen, but not with this film. Fun fact, did you know Vin Diesel voiced the Iron Giant? I'm not sure why he enjoys voicing characters that avoid talking, but I have to admit, he's pretty good at it. I know some of you are saying, who cares? He only says like 4 lines. Well, listen to this and tell me it doesn't break your heart.
Souls don't die.
Side note, I'm a fan of Vin, but I'll admit he doesn't have the longest list of quality movies on his IMDb page. So I have to ask, is this the best movie he's in where he plays a main character? It has to be between this and one of the Fast and the Furious movies. And my heart can't bear to choose. I have the same question for Jennifer Aniston, who plays the mom. Despite being a huge star, she never really starred in a beloved film. The closest I can think of is her role as the romantic interest in Office Space. And while I love that movie, I have to say, The Iron Giant is better. Either way, she provides good voice work in this film, along with all the other main characters. The number 3 thing is lovable characters. Hogarth doesn't have a lot going for him. His dad passed away, presumably as a casualty of war. He has no friends due to him being moved up a grade, and worst of all, his name is Hogarth. Despite all this, we see he's a sympathetic young man who will do whatever he can to help others. It's impossible not to root for a kid like that. It's also impossible not to root for a 50-foot metal extraterrestrial with the mind of a child who loves eating cars and wants to be Superman. The hardest main character to make likable, in my opinion, was Dean McCoppin. He's an artist. This immediately sets off my douche detector. But even crazier is he's rocking a soul patch, one of the hardest facial hairstyles to pull off. But he more than makes up for it by having cool sunglasses, a motorcycle that he somehow operates in the snow, and his willingness to help a kid he barely knows. By the end of the movie, he comes off as the coolest guy you could find in a town that small, and you can't help but think, yeah, Hogarth is lucky for him to be banging his mom. Number 4, a nice, simple story. The old adage, less is more, is mostly bull. Less money is not more money. Less herpes is not more herpes. But it is true when it comes to storytelling. It shouldn't take more than one sentence to summarize a kid's movie. A child protects his new robot friend from the government. Boom! That's the entire plot. Compare that to a film like A Wrinkle in Time, where there's so much nonsense thrown at you, it's impossible to want to care about the story. Along those same lines, movies don't need to be over-explained, even if the target audience skews young. If The Iron Giant came out today, the film would find some way for a character to explain to the audience where the Iron Giant was from, what it's doing on Earth, what its people are called, and what happened to its parents. We have enough clues to surmise the robot is designed to conquer planets, and the reason he isn't trying to take over Earth is because his head was damaged while landing, aka a pull to Goku. And that's all we need to know. We don't need lore, we need an engaging story with characters we care about. And that's what The Iron Giant gives us. Last but not least, a good kids movie, like any movie, needs to stick the landing. Ideally, it will hit the viewers in the feels. Some examples include The Lion King, Toy Story 3, and Inside Out. If you don't feel anything at the end of a film, it means you probably didn't connect with it. And I don't want to be friends with anyone who claims to not feel anything at the end of The Iron Giant. The film wraps up with a warhead heading towards the town. It's important to remember the majority of the people the giant interacted with weren't friendly towards him. He could have noped out of there with 2 middle fingers pointed at the town as he disappeared into the sunset. But instead, he put on his metaphorical red cape and took the A-bomb head on. What are his final words? A simple Superman. I dare say it's one of the best Superman moments in film. It turned out he was fine, of course, but he didn't know that, so a sacrifice still stands, and I still get emotional when I watch it. That's it. Those are the only things you need to make a classic children's film. Do you agree? What are some of your favorite kids' films? And finally, thanks for watching.